What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Ben Thomas Show. Thanks for coming back. Guys, I finally got a Grail in my collection that I've been looking for a while. It's the T-800 Terminator from Hot Toys. Now, this is a 14-year-old figure, so it's not new. I wouldn't even be surprised if Hot Toys reissues this line again at some point. But for now, I've got an Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator in my collection, and I'm so excited to share some of my photos with you guys, my video, and my take on this kind of old figure. So stick around if you guys like the video, hit the like button, smash the subscribe if you're new to the Ben Thomas Show, and let's get into it.
I am Ben Thomas.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother.
I'll be back.
So today we're going to look at this MMS117 T-800 T2 Terminator. I have to say I was a little bit suspicious when I first saw the link go up in my Facebook Marketplace, because I never see these guys available anymore. And the fact that it did say right in the post that there was no leather flaking was a huge contributor to why I wanted to go and take a look at this. Now, I got this for about $310 American, or about $420 Canadian. So not a terrible price. When I looked up reviews, this figure's so old that the Justins of the world, for example, never even had a chance to review this. So I watched different language reviews and everything, and I gotta say, they didn't disappoint. It did help me sell myself on the figure, especially in terms of the likeness. This is a 14-year-old figure, and this guy still came with accessories like this, a skinned Terminator arm, which is so gnarly. Now, also extremely brittle. One of the fingers almost immediately broke off when I tried to articulate it. Now, I think that has a bit to do with age, and potentially how this figure was stored. The previous owner didn't display this. He kept it in the box, which, again, I'm always a little suspicious of, but when I opened it up, it still had all the plastic on the figure, so I was very impressed there, and I thought this accessory just specifically was pretty fun, honestly. It's a really cool little piece. Now, will I peg it into the figure? For the sake of this video, unfortunately not. It's so old, I'm a little bit worried about the jacket, I'm a little bit worried about the arm itself and breakage, but I wanted to show you guys what it looks like either way. Now, my friends over Collecting Weekly did state to me that based on where I've got the gun holstered in his pants here, that's not on his dominating arm, so I've switched that around in some of the updated photos later on in the video. But I say, with regards to the likeness, this looks a lot like Arnold, especially when the glasses are on. But because the figure is so old, he doesn't actually scale very well in comparison to some of the newer figures that exist nowadays. He's on the small side, I'm not gonna lie. Definitely could not put him beside a figure like Peacemaker. He just looks tiny in comparison. Now, some of the accessories that he comes with are pretty well painted. Again, for the age of the figure, I'm happy with it. That handle piece on the bottom, again, I'm not a gun expert, you guys will probably know what it's called more than I will, is movable. You can make it look like you've cocked the gun, which I think is also kind of a nice little accessory piece. It is otherwise just plastic, but I do feel like it is well painted, and for that, I appreciate the inclusion. For me, the shotgun is definitely something that is iconic to me with regards to the T2 character of Terminator. So I think that's pretty nice. Now the pistol, again, plastic, nothing too special here. I've been kind of getting used to some of the, die-cast weapon with nowadays figures, even like my in-art Joker. So this feels very light and a little cheap, but it's actually painted well, and the piece at the top still does move back and forth, so you can kind of see what it would look like in the process of loading. Now the flowers here are very plasticky looking. I will say they definitely show their age, but the fact that we get the flower box inclusion right out of the scene from the movie where you first get a chance to see Terminator again, walking down the hallway, all ominous like, and he pulls the shotgun out of the flower box, lets the flower box hit the floor as he's going after John Connor, and then boom, that's his interaction also with the T-1000. And again, keep in mind, Terminator's there to save John Connor this time. So it's a really cool scene in the movie, because at first you think, oh shit, the Terminator's gonna blow John's head off. Not the case. But the fact that you get the flower box here with a little window that you can see the flowers inside is really cool, and the shotgun also does fit in there if you wanted to display it that way. I actually have mine now currently displayed with him holding the flower box and the shotgun in hand, which I get isn't quite iconic to the scene, but I do like the look of it. He also does come with this swappable t-shirt. So the figure comes with the lighter gray, almost tanned version of the t-shirt, which I think is a little bit more iconic in my mind. But if you want to switch it out, you can switch him over here to the black t-shirt, which I do also think is a really nice look. And this is how I've got the figure displayed in my collection, with the exception of how I've got the gun holstered in his belt. I've actually moved it over to the other side for his dominating arm, like I mentioned from my friends there. Without the glasses, I still think it looks a lot like Arnold. But I think for me, the true likeness really resembles him behind the glasses, which is maybe cheating a little bit. Unlike my Neo figure, the original Hot Toys Neo, I actually think that sculpt looks better without the glasses on it. Whereas this one, yeah, I like it more with. But I also really like the jacket material. All the zippers still function. There's no peeling from what I can find, so as advertised, it turned out really, really well. I think if you're wanting a Terminator in your collection and you find one of these floating around, this isn't the DX line. But some of the other figures, I actually think that the likeness got worse for Arnold Schwarzenegger, not necessarily better. But I know some of you out there will probably debate me on that, because some of your favorite DX lines, including the Battle Damage DX, is a pretty sweet figure. I will give it credit for sure. I think at the end of the day, it's important to once again press that this is a 14-year-old figure, so the likeness is not perfect to what we would expect nowadays from a Hot Toys. But for me, this has been a Grail for a long time. I got the RoboCop this year, and I love it. Going back to the 80s figures and nostalgia, it just gets me in the feels, and I absolutely love that. Obviously, Present Toys has given us some options now. A battle damaged look and a clean look. If you're looking for something a little more modern, that might be your best bet for now, until Hot Toys does eventually give us another version, if they ever do. I would also really like to see if InArt or even J&D ever throw their hat in the ring with regards to the Terminator license, because I do think that there is a lot of room for improvement here, despite my affection for this figure and how good I think it personally looks. But guys, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Have you ever had a Terminator in your collection? If so, what version did you have? This is the guy that's in mine currently. I've got him paired in here right beside my RoboCop and my Doc and Marty Brown, just kind of my little 80s shelf, and I absolutely love it. It makes me so happy. I'd love to hear from you guys what you think below, but thanks for watching my little nostalgic Grail video today, guys. I will catch you all on the next video. Don't forget, we have new member badges for members of the Ben Thomas Show, so stick around for the last slide to see what those are. Have a great day, guys.